in a while. I've been, getting a lot of comics in, and I have, like, if we go over here, I can't really pull my camera, but I have this stack right here, and then the one below it to put away, and then I also do have a handful of stuff that I need to bag and board. And truthfully, like, I know a good portion of some of that stuff does need to be rebagged and boarded. Apologies for that. But yeah, I'm also doing this just because I have way too many goddamn comics too. So I'm also going to be going through all of this just to, also pull out stuff that I can't say I really want anymore, if that makes sense. And I do have my laptop right next to me, and it was having a couple problems. Uh, so, because currently I don't have internet at the house I'm at, so it hasn't, and I did kind of use up all my data. So I want to, I hope it'll let me at least run YouTube, but if it doesn't, just gonna be talking to myself, which I mean, not the first or last time I'm probably ever going to do that. Um, doesn't look like anything's going to be loading, so sadly won't be able to, have noise on in the background, which sucks, but whatever, it's fine. And shout out my laptop. Got my Aquaman as my homeboy sticker, a Big Bad Toy Store sticker, which they hand out every single time. I do have a Yondu sticker, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Rocket Raccoon sticker because I just have those laying around. A different Big Bad Toy Store, sticker, and then this is a NASA sticker, which I actually did get from people who did fly an airplane for NASA because I worked at an airport for a little while. Wasn't anything I really can say I enjoyed, but it was okay. Oh, okay. So the first things I'm seeing are issues 4 through 17 of plus the giant size of the current Miles Morales run by Ahmed or Ziegler. Yeah, so that's what this is. And I know I bought up until issue 22 and then kind of stopped. Don't think that's in here. And then it goes to my Moon Knight stuff, which I love Moon Knight so much. Such a fun character. Let me kind of change this for you guys. Because it's nothing super insane that I'm doing. But be type. There we go. Now you can kind of, see it a little better. Because currently going through my Moon Knight, and then, Jed McKay's Moon Knight, genuinely my favorite, series. Even now, because McKay, Capuccio, great team, man. Great team. And, yeah. I didn't even know I had a variant for issue number 10 of this book, the Spider-Man one. Yeah. Because I only bought the main covers to the series, I know. And genuinely one of the greatest, stories ever. Oh, and then the Venom storyline with it, my god, that was cool too. Because that only went to issue 26. Ah, it went to, was this the last one? Yeah, it only went to issue 30, and for issue 30, I remember buying this one. That one was still a cool cover. And then the Contest of Champions cover they did. And then I just have kind of like the extra stuff like, Devil's Reign, Wolf My Night. And here is the Mother Russia story. Mostly picked this up because it was kind of interesting. It's basically like zombie apocalypse in Russia, basically. It was only 3 issues, and it wasn't a bad series. Like, I remember enjoying it, but, eh. Oh, and then the Murder World stuff, where it just went through basically lots of different, characters. Oh, the Moon Knight one. This was a gorgeous cover, man. Love that one. Yeah, that was only a short series. And then there was Nonstop Spider-Man, which I don't even remember what happened in the series. I remember I started reading it. I thought, it's okay, but didn't really enjoy it too much after that. Oh, and then this one, Old Man Hawkeye. #1. I know I have a reprint for issue #1 of that series. And then Old Man Logan, which, oh wow, a lot of Old Man Logan. Like, Old Man Logan, one of my favorite series of all time, genuinely. And then Old Man Quill. So I did this by OL. Okay. Yeah. Because I do know I have some Old Man Logan stuff in a different box. So I'm kind of contemplating on taking that out and putting it with that. So I'll just kind of set this off to the side. Old Man Quill. Original Sin #0. I forgot about that one. Yeah, I really do like the Original Sin stuff, though. Very cool. Oh, that's cool. This is cameo appearance of the, gosh, I don't remember his name, but basically the guy who, first appeared as a Spot. And then this is the first cover appearance, I believe, of him. Might be wrong. Phoenix Song, Echo. I don't think I ever read this one. So probably gonna get rid of that one too, just because don't really care for it too much. And then the Planet Hulk World Breaker series. Like, it was only 5 issues, but this is a decent series too. Basically, it takes place like, gosh, yeah. Like, it takes place in the distant future, I want to say. Or I shouldn't even say distant, but, it takes place in the future for the most part, which pretty cool. A singular issue of Punisher Max. This is issue 22, but I remember getting this because I thought the cover was just gorgeous, man. Such a cool cover. I don't know why that's there, because it goes from L to U, so I might have just accidentally put that in the wrong spot. Another great series, which I highly recommend. Predator versus Wolverine. Only one that I can say I actually enjoyed, and I did get, the 2 variant covers where it's kind of, them going back and forth copying that Hulk book. And then issue 1, 2, 3, and 4. Gorgeous series, man. Really, really happy that I picked that up. And so good, man. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, why the hell do you like this? But I really liked this specific run of the Punisher. Very unique take on it, in my opinion. Such an interesting little, story. And, oh gosh. And then, the newer Punisher, which I was so excited when that one came out, man. Just because, Punisher, one of the coolest characters. Oh, yeah, little key here. First time Moon Knight and Punisher fight. And then, Punisher War Journal #1. Like, I really like the Punisher, so I collect, as much as I can of him. I mostly picked this specific book up because, I kind of glanced through and I was like, what the hell is going on in here? And I don't know if this has anything to do with anything else, but this was funny. This was a lot of inappropriate jokes and stuff. I genuinely loved it all the way through. Another series, which I know people are going to be like, ew, this Red Goblin series. Not amazing, but I mean, definitely a very unique take on, a lot of, different things. And that was basically the first box. So, not too much got taken out. A little stack so far of stuff that, I don't really remember or really care to, continue. And I don't remember what's in every single one of these boxes. Except for, one of them. I think I did grab at least one of my X-Men boxes from my, outrageous X-Men haul that happened, over a year ago. Which I think I may have mentioned that. I may have actually grabbed both of them from what it kind of looks like. And, oh, yeah. 52. Yeah. I just mostly bought this because I was like, oh, this is the, appearance of this character. I was wrong. That's not what this is. So that one can get, what's the word? Cut kaputs, basically. Absolute Carnage. Still have not read that. I really should read that. Gosh, that's old. Or I shouldn't even say old. This was kind of like a big event for a while. Absolute Power. Action Comics number 1067. I know I went through like a small period where I was just doing that. I don't remember what book this is, but this is the negative space cover for, I'm assuming, a Spider-Man book. Oh, The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 50. Which series though? That's a good question. Oh, it's this one. Okay, I remember this book now. Okay, yeah, that's the one where during like when Peter Parker was, becoming the Green Goblin or something. So this is relatively new. And I genuinely don't remember anything about the series, but this is a cool book. I might actually hang that up on my wall. Action Comics. Oh, Amazing Spider, or this is Spider-Verse Part 5. Really cool cover. Really do like that cover. Okay, then we have the Avengers number 311. Cool. West Coast Avengers. One of my favorite series of all time. Was so happy when I found issue number 1, man. And I am actually building my own little West Coast Avengers display. Like, it's like right in front of me. And like, other than needing an upgraded version of Psylocke, or not Psylocke, Mockingbird, I mean, all I really need is a Hawkeye, which, if you've been seeing my haul videos, I do have 2 extra Hawkeyes. So, probably going to be using one of those for that. Another Avengers book, which No Road Home, only ever read the first 4 issues, then stopped, but good series. 15-cent Batman book. Wait, is this the actual one? Oh, okay. I got kind of excited for a second because I thought that was in a different box. Death of Robin later becomes Red Hood. This is the reprint by, DC, written by Jim Starlin, which, fantastic series if you've never read it. This one, gosh, I want to say this one's the issue where Batman, or not Batman, Alfred dies. I might be wrong about that. But I think this was supposed to be like a DC box, because it's mostly just DC books so far. So I'm just going to pull those Marvel ones out. And then, Batman 150 from the Zdarsky run. 151, 152, 153. Which, I think this is the last issue I read before I just kind of was like, I'm bored. Batman Offworld number 5. I only got the variants for that. I don't remember that series too well. Black Panther Reborn, or from the Heroes Reborn, where Black Panther is, well, he's both Black Panther and Ronin, which I thought that was cool. Never read this series, so. And I'm not the hugest fan of Black Panther, so I'll probably just get rid of that. Okay, I'm starting to think I alphabetized this by, title. Okay. So these do stay in here. Okay. But I know I do have other stuff. So, anyway, Blood Hunt, one of my favorite events in recent years. And I did only specifically get the, more mature one. I don't remember what they're called. But good series, man. I really enjoyed it quite a bit. And then the mini Blood Hunter series with White Widow, Dazzler, Vampire, Miles Morales, and then I forget her name. Bloodstone? Something like that? And also one of the only teams that I know of that has had Hollow Eve on it, which Hollow Eve, one of my favorites. Another one I was excited when I found Bullseye number 3. Just because I really enjoyed this Bullseye series. Like, this one's definitely lower grade copy, but I never was able to find issue number 3 to this series, but very happy to find that now. Or, when I found it. I picked this one up just because, one, Carnage, also because of the fact that the artist actually appeared at my local comic shop one day, and I meant to have her sign this. Never did. Her name's Maria Wolf. Does badass, comics and stuff, or covers to comics. I mean. Ooh, The Confession. I think this is the book where Cap, or not Cap, Iron Man talks to Cap's dead body, which that's kind of cool. Deadpool #1 by Dugan. Yeah, this is a pretty cool book. I don't remember where I got this one from, but pretty big Deadpool fan. And the Deadpool team up series. It's. I'm not gonna say it's terrible, but it's nothing I can say I really enjoyed too much. I mean, it's done by Rob Liefeld. Like, I know he did both art and story on this, I believe. I might be wrong about that, but, not my personal favorite series, so probably going to get rid of that. Oh, Deadpool Wolverine World War III. Good book, man. Really enjoyed this. And really stupid thing that never made sense to me, they had a variant of this specific book where the red part for Deadpool was the same color as the Wolverine. And it was only one per store. But, you can get the exact same book. But, it just made no sense to me. And it was only like a 3-issue limited series, which this was my favorite cover that I found for it. The Deadpool Kills. Really enjoyed that one quite a bit. Oh. And then, like, this is a series I recommend people check out. Deadweight's very, very obscure book by Ahoy Comics, but very fun read. Earth 2 #2. Have quite a bit of the Earth 2 stuff I know. I don't know exactly what I have. I believe I have one. I know I at least have like the first 4 or 5 issues of that series. Can't remember anything else after it though. And then a couple Fantastic Four books showed up. Number 290. And then 296 with the very cool Thing cover. Which I know these, people go crazy for the border books. Which I understand. Some of them do go pretty cool. Or look pretty cool, I mean. 297 and 299 apparently have a little bit of a Fantastic Four run in there. And then something else I really enjoy, the Flashpoint books. Such a weird, obscure thing, but very cool. Lower grade copy of, Generations. Don't know why I have that. I probably got it just because I was like, oh, it's Hawkeye, because, I'm from Iowa. Hawkeye is, a book from Iowa, or a character from Iowa, I mean. All new Ghost Rider #5, which, did I already have this? I think I may have bought a second one. Whoops. And then Percy's Ghost Rider Percy Ghost Rider Final Vengeance #4, 5. Is that 6? Yeah. Which, that one's kind of a cool series because it has basically the Hood, who, I think appeared in the Ironheart TV show. I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh. And I remember this one. This is like after Ghost Rider gets like basically shot into the void, I think. If I remember correctly, I'm just gonna double check with that. I should also probably rebag and board a lot of my comics. Oh! Okay. I think I remember this one. Yeah, this does take place kind of after he does get placed in the void, and then, the Avengers are talking to his brother, basically explaining what's happening. And then it also has, like, the roller skate Ghost Rider. I don't remember her name. But very, very cool. Really, really excited for when they bring Robbie back, man, just because he was my, favorite, like, person on that Avengers team. So, so cool. And another series which I did kind of stop reading for a while, just because I was kind of, getting distracted by other books, and then I just stopped picking it up. Green Arrow, man. Especially the Williamson part of the story. So good, man. Green Lantern, Blackest Night, #52. One of my favorite covers by Doug Mahnke. Such a cool book. And then this is issue number 1 to the current Green Lantern story. Yeah, I know I need some dividers, but, I'm just kind of cleaning out my books at the moment. Got an itch on my leg. Uh, yeah, really cool. Kind of wish I would have kept up with this, but I only ever bought the first issue. And I am going to be getting rid of a lot of this. So, Hell Arisen number 1. I think this is a variant cover. Yeah, it's a variant cover, but it's a badass looking variant cover. Yep. So, anyway, how are you doing, Soap? Or Soup, I mean. Not Soup. Sorry. Blanked out. Sour. Sour. And then Hellblazer Dead in America. Very, very out there series. Oh my, I didn't even know I had Immortal Hulk number 1, one of my favorite comics of all time. And then this is issue number 4. I know I'm very close to actually completing this series. So, excited about that. I think this is the box I had when I moved to Des Moines, when I started working at the airport. And then I know this book kind of jumped up a little bit after, Doctor Doom became, or, after RDJ became, Doctor Doom. I do have the entire set in here, like 1 through 12, I think it was. 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, 12. Yep, so the entire 12-issue series for Infamous Iron Man, which, really good read, man. I read that all the way through when I got it. So good, man. Really enjoyed it. Injustice books. JSA number 4, classified. Only picked this up for 2 reasons, the left and the right. Which I only got this for I think 50 cents. No key significance at all. I was just kind of like, I like it. Which, it's still a decent cover, but, nothing I really need anymore. I know this is a bit of a nastier looking copy, specifically over here, but the King in Black variant tattoo box. Yes, box Harry. Uh, yeah, a little bit of a nasty looking, thing, especially right there, like I mentioned, but, really, really cool. Really love that cover. Pick this book up. Don't think I ever read it. Lazarus Planet, Assault on Krypton. Blanked out for a sec. And this is actually where we get to see Jonathan Kent using his blue power for the first time, I believe. Same thing with this one, Planet Alpha. Never read either of these. Maybe this one. I don't remember this one. But, yeah. I'll keep this one just because I really enjoy Jonathan Kent's Superboy. But, gosh. Lobo number 4. From his first miniseries, which really need to rebag and board that and put that with my, Cyclops. Or not Cyclops, Lobo stuff. Random issue of Marvel Comics Presents, and this is Cyclops. Don't know why I kept this one either. Oh, and then one of my favorite things of all times, Marvel Zombies. This is the Dawn of Decay one, definitely the weaker one in my opinion, because it was basically just a random sickness that they had. Anyway, I'll be back in a second. I'm just grabbing my Mountain Dew, which I have right over on the other side of the wall. So. Yeah. Okay. And then the current, or I shouldn't even say current, but the Nova series, which number 1, 2. This one was done by Alessandro Cappuccio, man. Gorgeous cover, man. Alessandro Cappuccio, just one of my favorites, man. And this was a very good series, and I did kind of stop reading it after a bit. Oh god. And then the original Nemesis story, man. Nemesis, one of the greatest books I think I've ever read in my life. Very fun series. And this is issue 2 and 4, which, not an expensive series, but still a fun read. Nightwing 79. I know I wanted to get into Nightwing, so. Yo, what is up, Jay Miggy? Don't think I've seen you before, so thank you for stopping by. Don't know why I have this book. I think I was going to give it to a friend of mine, and then, just totally forgot about it. Don't really talk to them anymore, so probably just going to get rid of that. And then the ending to, like, the Penguin story, which, very good series, too, by the way. Random Punchline book. Yeah, I'm doing alright, man. Pretty good, pretty good. I lost, like, 3 short boxes when we moved. I had issue 23 to 32 of Invincible. I think I had the first appearance of Oliver's. Oh, dude, that sucks, man. Yeah. Like, and this isn't even everything I'm gonna go through. I've already gone through, like, most of, few boxes. And then I'm probably in, like, the minority on this, but this Red Hood series. Yeah, I have older comics too. I actually do have, like, a good portion of them are kind of in the safe I have downstairs, which all that's in there are just my signed books, along with Hulk 180, first appearance of Gambit, first Black Panther's in there, I know, which, I mean, if you guys want to go see those, I can, it's just going to take me like 5-10 minutes to go grab them, if you do want to see them. Oh, God. Issue number 6 of Secret Wars. Gosh, this was actually the last issue I think I needed to complete my set, and I'm actually going to go put that with the other ones when I get done with this. And then, the Sentry. Like, this is just a miscellaneous Sentry book, and I mostly picked it up just because, it's like, oh, the Sentry's pretty hot. And then, this was only like a 4-issue series. Basically, after the King in Black event, he basically, Sentry got ripped in half, and, yeah, his powers went into 4 different people, and then that bastard right in the middle fucking kept stealing their powers. So, that was pretty interesting story, actually. Shazam number 1. This is, like, from his last current story. I know, I just really thought the cover was cool. Only reason why I picked that up. I did read it, pretty fun. And then Spider-Boy, one of my favorite, modern characters to come out. Miscellaneous issue of Amazing Spider-Man Blood Hunt number 3. Oh, that's cool. I almost completed the first 10 issues of Jim Lee X-Men. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah. If I remember correctly, I think I did grab my 2 boxes that have my older X-Men stuff, so, yeah. Yeah, from what it looks like for the rest of this is just miscellaneous stuff. What's this? Oh, yeah. This is what they sent when I got my Hulk 181 graded, which I can also, show my Hulk 181. That's just in my other room, along with my other CGC stuff. I really do need to do something like with dividers and stuff, man, because this is kind of insane. Yeah, the Spider Society. Mostly picked this up just because my boy Spider Craven was there. I really like that idea, Spider-Man Craven. Really, this was an okay series, Suicide Squad Dream Team. Mostly read it because Bizarro. And then got this book for like 50 cents, I think. Not a key or anything, just really liked how it looked. Oh. And I think this is just... Oh, no. The current Superman series. I know I stopped reading relatively soon after that. Yeah. I think 18 was like the last one I read. And it's up to like 30 now. Which, insane. Titans, another one that I stopped reading. I got Emma Frost figure. Oh, that's cool, man. I actually have mine right in front of me, which I'll show in just a second. Yeah. Yeah, like, she is a gorgeous figure, man. I like her. I'll put that up there. Don't want to do that again. Another series I kind of wish I would have kept up with. TMNT. This is the only Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle book I have. And I only picked it up because I really enjoyed the Raphael cover. Raphael being one of my favorite turtles. Really cool looking Thanos cover. I pulled it in a blind box. I didn't actually pay 20 bucks for it. But, you know, pretty cool. I don't even... Eh, I don't really care too much for it anymore. Like, I'm mostly doing this just because I have way too many comic books, man. And I'm trying to, you know, kind of clear some space out just to, you know, at least, you know, make room. Uh, and then this is the first appearance of Negan. This is the Barnes and Noble exclusive. Like if you read right there, Barnes and Noble. Yeah, really, really happy I found this book because Negan, being one of my favorite characters in the entirety of The Walking Dead, just so good. And yeah, and yeah, these are a couple ones that I, you know, pulled out at the beginning because I thought this was just a you know, DC box for a second, just because I forgot, you know, that I was actually changing some stuff. Yeah, and yeah, 15-cent Batman book. This is number 224. So I do collect old books, and I only picked this one up because it was like $2 or $3 for. I think this is considered Silver Age. I might be wrong, but beautiful looking cover. Like it's definitely really beat up, but I mean, can't go wrong with that. And then the only other stuff that was in there was just miscellaneous Avengers book, 311, West Coast #1, one of my favorite teams. And I think this is actually the first appearance of the Silver Centurion armor, which is my favorite armor. Miscellaneous Avengers book. And then No Road Home, which No Road Home for the Avengers. Very good story. I do recommend that one as well. Okay. That is box number 2 complete, and I do have it in a Moon Knight box. Do I know why? No. Yeah. Now, let's go on to this box, which has a good portion of my Wolverine collection in it. I know. Yeah. And this box definitely is a little beat up, like especially in the corner. Big. What do you mean by big, Harry? Yeah. Dead Man Logan #3. Like I just put everything that had to do with Wolverine in it. And I did pull out my Old Man Logan stuff, which I do want to complete the Old Man Logan run. Yes, sir. It is a Jay and Silent Bob. Which Bullseye series was that? I. Oh, that's not the right book. I don't remember. Because you know I looked at that book a while ago. Yeah. Wolverine #1. Yeah, some guy was selling this for 40 bucks, but I mean, like the black on the cover is like basically perfect. Like the only thing I'm really seeing that's like wrong with it is like right up there. And you know, just a couple mild spine ticks, but I mean nothing serious. I also have issue #2, 7. I have issue #8 as well. That one's currently hanging on my wall. Which #8 is that really iconic, what's it called? Cover with Wolverine dressed as Patch and you know Grey Hulk, uh, you know in suits, which really cool cover. And then issue #24. Yeah, this one's definitely a little more beat up, but you know, really cool cover. And then #27, another cool cover by Jim Lee, I want to say. Yeah, Jim Lee. Jim Lee never misses when it comes to Wolverine, in my opinion. So good. And then I got this one for $1, I remember. #43. And I do plan on completing the Wolverine series at some point, just because I have basically all the big issues. #48, 59, the funny number, 69. And it looks like Wolverine's about to get some 69, if you know what I mean. 77. This one is definitely a lower grade copy of this book, but this is issue #80. Yeah, 88 of Wolverine, the first time Deadpool and Wolverine fight. This was only, yeah, 20 bucks, which, I mean, for when I got this book, definitely got that for a very decent price. Yeah, number 91. For some reason, they started putting the numbers, like, right there on the barcode. Never made sense to me why they did that. And then this was actually one of my first comic books I remember getting. It's still in its original polybag. Oh, it even has the address of, oh, the guy it was sent to on it. What's dox? No, I'm kidding. But this is, gosh, what issue is this? Issue 107 of Wolverine. Yeah. And from what it looks like, it was never even opened, so thought that was kind of cool. I know that was also around the time when I got the second appearance of Phoenix. I think I got those at the same time. 114. You know, this cover's always kind of stood out to me. I always really like how that looked. Same thing with 136, man. Another gorgeous cover. I don't know who did the art on this, but let me just say, that is the most gorgeous looking Wolverine of all time. And then 148, and then goes into Marvel Comics Presents, and, you know, just miscellaneous Wolverine book. And then this is a good key for him. I bought this at half-priced books for like $15, I want to say. This is the first appearance of Weapon X Wolverine. Issue 72, which, so cool. So cool. Wolverine number 41, the Stuart Moore run. I remember reading this one, and he was trying to protect the baby, and then the baby died, and then he, killed the people that were, going after him. Issue 7 of Wolverine Origins. This is one I got as a gift from my stepfather. I remember that. This was before I got, like, super into comics. This was, like, one of the first times I got, comics as a gift. And then this is one of my favorite books of all time, Old Man Logan, man. God. Issue number 66 of the Mark Millar. Mark Millar? I don't know. I've heard two different names for it, but this is one of my favorite books of all time. One of the greatest Marvel comic books of all time, in my opinion. So cool, so good. Still so happy I have it. This one I got for $1 too. Yeah. The Cornell issue number 4 of Wolverine. I was like, oh, Wolverine book for $1. Why not? And another phenomenal book that I'm so happy I got. I bought this off of eBay a while ago for like $25, I want to say, which I thought was not a bad price for, this book. And, X-23, man, gotta support my girl. Which reminds me, I do have issue number 2 to that series over here somewhere. Yep, right there. Yep. Issue number 2. Yep. So, I think the next issue after this was also a key. I might be mistaken, but, and then, just a couple miscellaneous things. Annual, I think this is a variant cover. Not so sure, but I thought this was really badass looking. I think the issue 3 or 4 actually introduces the Honey Badger. I can't think of his name right now. And then this was actually the first Wolverine series I actually was picking up when it was coming out, but this is the series that was coming out during COVID. So I only got this one, this one, which I think is a 1 in 25, which I didn't know that at the time. Gorgeous looking book, though. And then issue number 3, which this is the Marvel Zombies version, and this is actually one of the first books I picked up after COVID. So, kind of, what's the word? Kind of a little rough for the time period. Yeah, and then it goes to issue 22 to that series, along with the X-23 Hellfire Gala costume, which I love this costume. Such a cool costume, man. And then I started reading this series at issue 36 again when my boy Helverine came out, which I love Helverine so much. And I was reading the run where, He was with his, where it went into his son, Dakin, like the Halvorine spirit. Oh, gosh. And then I started reading, then I stopped reading that series for, a little bit until, got to Sabretooth War, which is so, so cool. And I did get the variant edition that was kind of mimicking the Carnage USA, something like that. I think that's what it's called. Which I love this cover so much, man. It's just so cool. And I also really do like that it's wrapped in the Canadian flag. I think I mentioned that when I first got that book, but and also Sabretooth War, one of the coolest things of all time. Where is it? Yeah. This one, I believe, maybe the one previous, was actually the first appearance of his adamantium armor. And then it ended with issue number 50. Really cool story. And then something else I really liked was this Phillips. Ooh, I wonder if that's done by Stephanie Phillips. Because I've actually been really getting into Stephanie Phillips, writing. I remember this series quite vividly, too. Who did this? Yep, Stephanie Phillips. I didn't know she did this one. Like, I know she did the Cosmic Ghost Rider series. Like, that limited series that only went for, like, a couple issues. But, gosh, I didn't know I did that I had this book by her. That's cool. And then I do have the Blood Hunt Wolverine stuff, which, very good series. Haven't finished this one yet. I read the first one. I vaguely remember what happened. And then it stopped. Aw. And then issue number 1 of Halvorine. Really cool series. So nice. I bought the first issue twice. This is the shiny one. And then, just... I think I stopped at, 3. And this was one of my favorite books when I was growing up. Wolverine in the Flesh. Like, it's basically Wolverine teams up with, an actual chef. I don't remember this guy's name, but I remember I read this book 3 or 4 different times. Such an interesting book, man. Very cool story. And this one I know a lot of people really enjoyed. Wolverine versus Blade. I bought this when I was 19 in Wisconsin. I just thought this was a cool cover. And very good story, too. And then, kind of skips around a bit. Annihilation 2099. And you're probably thinking, oh, why is that there? This is actually Wolverine, which I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool looking. Because, I was like, oh, I'll just start reading Nova stuff because, I have an idea for a Nova stop motion thing. Another beautiful looking book, man. Weapon X-Men. This is basically just like Exiles, just with only a Wolverine team. And it was only a 4-issue series, I think. Yeah, only 4 issues. Then it cuts to Wolverine Deep Cut. Wolverine Revenge by Hickman. Really good story. I know some people weren't a big fan of it, but this is a very fun story, if you guys haven't read it before. X Lives, or Life of Wolverine. This basically just kind of does a recap of everything that's happened in Wolverine's life. And then we get into kind of my key books, which I will get you guys a better look at all of these. These are just kind of the somewhat bigger key books. First appearance of Red Hulk. Granted, I know the first issue is technically the first appearance, but it's only a cover appearance, and then he fully appears in this one. So, that's cool. Crisis on Infinite Earths, number 1. Yeah, this is number 1. Yeah, really happy I got that one. That was cool. Kyle Rayner, Green Lantern. That's his first appearance. Really gorgeous cover, too, by the way. And I know nobody really cares about this specific character, but I am in love with Manchester Black. One of the funniest characters of all time in any Superman thing I've ever read or seen. Very, very cool. Was so happy when I found that, especially in a dollar bin. I know it said, $9 right there, but it was in the dollar bin. This is the first time Elektra becomes Daredevil. I don't think I paid 30 for it. I want to say I, talked the guy down to 25, something like that. But yeah, still haven't read this series, but from what my friend has been saying, it's genuinely one of the greatest ones. Oh, and then here's an old one, Daredevil number 46. Definitely a lower grade copy of this book. Yeah, this was one of the first Silver Age books. I think this might have been like the first or second Silver Age book I ever got. So that's pretty cool. And then issue 49. And if I remember correctly, I think I put it back here. Yes, I did. Oh, there's two of them. Okay. Yeah, I kind of forgot about this one. But this is issue number 59 of the series. And then this one I actually got on eBay in an auction. I only paid like $10 for it, but this is issue number 50, which, you know, issue 50 of Daredevil, man. Come on. And I feel like Daredevil is actually one of the easiest ones to like collect. Like even now, man. Number 77. Only picked this one up just because I didn't know what the fuck was happening on this book because Spider-Man shows up, Namor's fighting him. Like, it's not even the first time Namor's fought him. And this one actually does have some meaning for me. Like, I sold this to my local comic shop to, help my uncle with money because these are his books. And this was one of them. And I actually bought this book after he passed away. So, like I did buy a few books from him, like my first appearance of Beta Ray Bill, which will be in here eventually. But this is one that I kind of wish I would have, just bought outright to begin with. But yeah, he also had the first Elektra, second Elektra, and a handful of other things. But yeah, that one just kind of sticks with me. This one I bought from a local comic shop. Yeah. Oh, and funny enough, that Wolverine book I was talking about, the issue number 1, uh, it was a $45 book, so it wasn't too far off. But iconic Daredevil versus Punisher cover, super cool. And then Teen Titans number 1 from the Future State line, the first appearance of Red X in a comic book. Oh ho ho, I forgot I had this in here. And then there's 11. Oh, okay. I know I have issue number 12 to this series somewhere. But I have, Secret Wars number 1, number 2, number 3, which this is Spider-Man versus the X-Men, and it just shows how powerful Spider-Man is, which super cool. Issue number 4, Hulk holds up the mountain. Number 5, number 6, which one of the coolest covers, which I mean, Marvel Legends wise, I think there might be one character that we don't have a figure of, and that's whoever the hell that person is. Like, that's the only one I can really think of we don't have a character of. Because we have him, we technically have the entirety of the, what the hell are they called? Wrecking Crew. Which, now I'm realizing if they're only showing 3 of the 4 members of the Wrecking Crew on this book. It's kind of funny. This one, which is the first appearance of Julia Carpenter Spider-Girl, which she appears right there. And then this one I actually bought separately because I bought issues 1 through, 11. But this one I got for $40, and it's definitely a low-grade copy, but, the first appearance of the black suit, man, come on. How could you not, get this? Like, yeah, I probably maybe overpaid for it a little bit, but, it's the first black suit, man, come on. And then just 9, 10, which 10, always one of my favorite covers. 11, and then we all know issue number 12, where it's basically him, just kind of grabbing everything out of the air. Astonishing X-Men number 6. I know this is a key book. I think it has something to do with Sword. I think this might be the first appearance of Sword. I mostly picked it up just because I thought the cover was gorgeous looking. Just Colossus and Kitty Pryde. And then this is actually the oldest / earliest Spider-Man book I have, issue number 37. This is the first appearance of Norman Osborn, not the Green Goblin. Excuse me. Because my throat's kind of itchy. Sorry. Excuse me. Anyway, like I was saying, first appearance of Norman Osborn, which, bit of a weird book, like cover-wise, but, like, other than the spine, like, the rest of this book is, like, immaculate. Like, there's, some small stuff on the cover, but I mean, other than that, like, it's not bad. And then this one I bought because it was, only $10. That is issue 69 of The Amazing Spider-Man. Relatively early Kingpin appearance, too, I believe. Issue 88 of The Amazing Spider-Man. Issue 137, the second appearance of Harry Osborn as the Green Goblin, which this was another one of my uncle's books too, I remember. This one I bought specifically at Des Moines Comic-Con, not last year, but the year prior. This is issue number 149, the first appearance of the Clone, aka Ben Reilly. And Ben Reilly's one of my favorite characters of all time, so I couldn't say no to that. And then these next two are also books from my uncle. Issue number 210, the first appearance of Madam Web. Definitely kind of a weaker key at the moment, just because of that god-awful movie. Which, I'm not going to say god-awful, but, another one, that was my uncle's, number 238. First appearance of the Hobgoblin. Does not have the stickers or tattoos or whatever they were. But, other than that, this book is beautiful looking, man. And it's an iconic cover that, I just cannot say no to. And another one of my uncle's books, specifically only got this just because it's an amazing story. Issue number 248, The Kid Who Collects Spider-Man. Basically, there's this kid dying of, like, leukemia, I believe. And, very wholesome book. Really, really beautiful. And it kind of does go along with my uncle a little bit and reminds me of him, just because my uncle did pass away due to cancer. So, and I, bought that book before, bought the book from him before he did, pass away. Issue number 344 of The Amazing Spider-Man, the first appearance of Cletus Cassidy. And we can actually recreate this, comic book now, comic book cover with, the Marvel Legends, because if you get the retro card Rhino and the new Cardiac figure and then, insert Spider-Man character there, bam, you can recreate this cover. The first appearance of Spider Carnage. Gorgeous, gorgeous book, man. Number 410. Really beautiful looking cover too, by the way. Really do like that. This one, this one is the first appearance of the Spot. This was another one of my uncle's books. Like, he had so many, like, outrageous keys, man. Like, because he had the first Spot, first Elektra, first... Gosh, something for X-Men. Like, he only had one X-Men book, and it was a key book. He had the first Wolverine. Like, Hulk 181, man. My God. Like, I was so ecstatic about that. First cover of the Spot. 99 was his first... Yes, first Spot cover. Says it right there. And I did buy this for my comic shop when, they first opened, so that was cool. This one Where did I leave off? First appearance of Tommy and Billy, Scarlet Witch and Vision's children. Beautiful negative space cover, and I probably just kind of bent it a little bit, but beautiful looking negative space cover, man. Yeah, and I mostly bought that because at the time I was watching Lunch Money Comics, and he really enjoyed that cover, and I was like, oh, that is a really sick cover. This one I was super happy about, especially for the price I paid for it. Issue number 1 of What If for $22. But I think, I asked the guy if he would take 20 just because, 22 is just kind of weird number. Doom number 1. This is only a one-shot, which this is one of the best Doctor Doom stories I think I've ever read. Yeah, I think everything in here is definitely stuff I'll be keeping. Just because a lot of, good stuff. I want to say this is like the first One Below All, if not full appearance of the One Below All. Might be mistaken about that. Iconic Wolverine Punisher cover. And I did reuse a bag and board from a different book, which is in the safe because I had it signed by Anthony Starr. But this is issue number 6 of Punisher War Journal. Another great book. First Lady Deadpool. Really high grade book. Gorgeous book. Timeless number 1, which is the first spoiler version or spoiler variant of what was to come, because this had, the first, mild appearance of Wolverine, or not Wolverine, Doctor Doom as the new Sorcerer Supreme, which was very, very badass. Infinite Crisis number 5, first appearance of Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle, I think, or first full appearance, something like that. And definitely not the cover I would want for this book, but, it's still, something I kind of had to get just because I'm a big Cosmic Ghost Rider fan. And I really do hate this lenticular book, but this is Thanos number 13, I believe. This is basically the Thanos win storyline. The guy had this for $15, and it was the variant, and I was like, okay, if that's the best I can do at the moment, I'll take it. And then these are the only 2. I think I actually have 3 boys books, but I have these 2. Issue number... first appearance of the 7. So this basically has almost all of them. And this is issue number 3. Which, pretty cool. Because this has the first Homelander. Which, I love Homelander. Met Anthony Starr. Nice guy. So cool. And then Herogasm number 1. Which is the first appearance of Soldier Boy. Again, Jensen Ackles, Daddy, everything like that. And then Punisher number 1, which was actually from my first ever comic book day, which I got this in issue number 88 of Spider-Man. So that was cool. Really do love this cover. One of my favorites. I had this hanging on my wall for a while, I know. Another one that was my uncle's, 337 of Thor, which I don't know why I love Beta Ray Bill so much. I just do. Such a ridiculous character, and I love it so much. Oh, gosh. And here's my actual issue 428 of Batman, the death of Jason Todd. I almost said Todd Grayson, and I was like, that's not right. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I know Jim Starlin goes to quite a bit of comic shows, so might have to bring this and have him sign it, just because, one of my favorite stories of all time. Issue number 180 of Doctor Strange, which I only picked this up just because I thought it was a gorgeous cover. Like, all these early issues of Doctor Strange were just so cool looking. This one I know has been going up in price lately. I will say that it's really bad, like right over there, but this is issue number 150 of Iron Man, the iconic Doctor Doom v Iron Man cover. Yeah, very expensive book. I got it for $3, along with Iron Fist #1, and I want to say another book. I can't really remember what it was. It was this one. Okay. This is the first appearance of the Wrecking Crew, I believe. I might be wrong about that, but got this for $3 as well. And then this one of my favorite, and I do mean this, one of my absolute favorite books of all time, specifically for the cover, but the story inside is also phenomenal as well. This was a $60 book when I picked it up, but issue 51 of Fantastic Four. One of the most iconic covers, iconic stories ever for the Fantastic Four. This man, this monster, which basically goes into the entirety of how the Thing feels. Like this book, one of the most superb Fantastic Four books of all time. And I only picked this book up because I really enjoyed the Marvel Zombies variant cover of this book. And I bought this for my 22nd birthday, 23rd, something like that. Which, such a good book. This one, I know I bought for like $10. Like, very beat up copy, and it does have some tape right there. Definitely something I do need to get an upgrade book of. But, yeah, I'll get to that, at some point. Just a miscellaneous 12-cent book of Justice League number 62. I bought this one just because I was like, oh, it's a Silver Age book, might as well. Which, don't really care, but I always really enjoyed this cover, specifically for Batman's face, because he's like, oh my god. Only reason why I still own that book. And then these next few books were actually ones that belonged to my grandma, and we found them while, we were cleaning out her house after she passed away. This is basically just a free comic book they would hand out to kids at Radio Shack. Definitely, like, all of these are definitely very beat up, I would say. Nothing that I could find that was, like, super, super crazy. Gosh, I want to say this is the second appearance of that guy, Terrax, which I actually did find his first and second appearance at, a, comic thing that was going on in Omaha. So that was pretty cool. Also a miscellaneous puzzles and game book. So, yeah. Fantastic Four number 203. Very beat up looking copy, and, like, I know most of these aren't really key books, but, just something kind of, that were part of my grandma's, house, so. And I've actually bought this book like 4 different times. This is the first appearance of Herbie. This is issue number 209, and as you can tell, my copy, very, very low grade, but, it was something that belonged to my grandma, so. And then another Fantastic Four, issue number 212. Again, very low grade, but, the Thing face on this book, just stupidly funny, and I love that so much. Alright, that was the end of that was the end of box number 3, and, yeah, so, I do have 2 boxes left, and I'm pretty sure they are both, just ones, that one's, yeah, these are the ones my dad bought me. A lot of miscellaneous stuff in here that I don't collect, like Weapon X from Age of Apocalypse, which, I wonder if this goes along with the regular Wolverine series. I don't know, maybe. And then some miscellaneous Silver Surfer stuff, which I think there was only like 1 key in this. I know this is the return of Airwalker, but this one I want to say was a key. Jack of Hearts, which I really would like a Jack of Hearts character, just because, I mean, look at that. Like, he would be such a great figure, man. Yeah, nothing super crazy that I remember from any of these books. Yeah. And then issues 67 to 100 of the New Mutants, minus, the big keys. But, some decent stuff in there. I know there was a reprint of... Oh, this one had, like, a cameo appearance of Cable, I know, from what I've, done some small research on. And then it had a second print of this book, which is the first appearance of Cable. And then kind of goes there, blah, 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 blah. 97. Didn't have 98. And, they did kind of recreate that one cover from the X-Men, number 138, I believe. And then, issue number 100, which then has them become X-Force. And this is just a gorgeous looking cover to begin with. Issue number 1 of the annual for the the New Mutants, which I'm not a huge fan of the New Mutants, so I'll probably get rid of, all of, if not most of this stuff. X Factor annual number 1. There's number 2, 3, 4. Yeah, a lot of miscellaneous stuff that I just don't really care for. And then, like, these 2 books I know weren't part of it, or, these last 3 weren't part of this. I know I bought these ones myself. I just put them in the box just because couldn't find any place else for them. But Ghost Rider, Wolverine, Punisher, miscellaneous book, The Cult, Batman, also done by Jim Starlin, which I didn't know. I didn't know that. That's cool. And then a variant book to The Mighty Avengers number 1 with Deadpool on it. I got those from a mystery box off of eBay, I want to say. Yeah. So everything in this box, I can say, is nothing I really can say I need. And fully honest, most of these books are probably relatively easy to, reacquire, just because I know, X Factor, not super, super popular. So I'll just put the books I'm willing to get rid of in there as well. And then, that's basically it for box number 4. Yeah. And I know I'm probably kind of speed running, through these boxes, but, I've already been through them dozens of times. And this one has the cooler stuff in it. It has issues 226 and up of the Uncanny X-Men, which reminds me, which I'm not a huge X-Men fan, so I'm not super gung-ho on completing it, but with the fact I do have a decent chunk of it, and there it is. I think that's the only one, but I'm just going to double check real quick. Booster Gold, Titan, Venom, all new Venom, all new Venom, all new Venom, all new Venom. Spider-Man 94, Punisher, DCKO, Monster, that. Okay. Yeah, pretty sure that this is the only, like, early X-Men book I have. This is number 154. Yeah, so I'll just put that in there after I get done with this. But, yeah, issue 212 and up on this series, which I have a whole video kind of going into more detail about this. 227, I think this is when they go to the Outback. Yeah. I think this one... No, not this one. That one's a little later. I thought that was the first Jim Lee on X-Men, which everyone loves Jim Lee on X-Men, and I can understand why. He does do very good. That one. This one of my favorite covers. Really, really cool. There's that. And I know a lot of this is definitely nothing super spectacular. Not until a little later. This one, though, I know is a key. Because this is the first cover appearance of Mr. Sinister. And I believe his first appearance was like in 2 something. Not quite sure. That. And, like, again, I do have a video posted about a couple years ago, at this point, I want to say, that goes more in depth with this. This one was definitely the biggest book out of the entirety of what my dad bought. Issue number 244, I mean, the first appearance of Jubilee, fan favorite by a lot of people. This one was a kind of parody homage to, gosh, DC's, something DC related. I can't think of what it was. There's that, and I don't know how much my dad paid for all of this, but I think they were all in separate lots. This one was the first Jim Lee on X-Men. Yeah, and I really do like the covers of them up until like a certain point. This book, I actually was one of the small reasons why I wanted my dad to go to this, because I really liked this book and I would have just wanted this specific cover. But my dad went a little gung-ho and bought almost every single book that they had at the auction, which, really stupid. I think he may have overpaid for a lot of this. And this is the first time with all the yellow outfits, I believe. Might be wrong about that, but, you know. And then this is a Psylocke thing, I know. Something to do with Psylocke. And I really enjoy this cover quite a bit. Wolverine just looking very helpless. And, yeah. Another one that I really like the cover of. Really cool Wolverine cover. And some of these are starting to kind of stick together. But, you know, I've only touched them, like, very seldomly, because not a huge X-Men fan. This one, though, I really love this cover a lot. Issue 268, the Wolverine, Captain America, and Black Widow cover, which we can also recreate this one in comic book form, or Marvel Legend form, I mean. Cool. X-Men 270, which kind of reminds me of, like, He-Man a little bit. Yeah, nothing super, super crazy. Oh, the Savage Land Rogue, man. My god. And I want to say around, because I want to say right here is when, oh, not this one. This one is when the art just kind of starts going a little downhill for me. I think Jim Lee was doing the art on this series. I might be wrong. But yeah, this is just kind of where it was kind of like, a little stale, in my opinion. Like, I wasn't a huge fan of, you know, how, you know, 90s these books look. Really cool Cyclops cover. Yep, and this is where it gets like full-blown 90s. First appearance of Bishop, technically. Even though that's only a cover appearance, and then he appears right here for the first full time. And then, gosh, I want to say, like I mentioned, this goes up to like 300 and something. And not too many key books in between then and there. This one, though, I really love this cover. This is a gorgeous cover, man. Issue number 290. Yeah, nothing super, super enticing after this up until, you know, issue 300, which I think is 299, 298, 299, and then 300. Gotta go full on crazy for it. Gotta make it shiny. Yeah, like that's a decent chunk of X-Men too. So that's pretty cool. And then goes to 301. Miscellaneous Moon Knight book, which this is another one that, you know, I don't know why is in here. Same thing with the Daredevil book. I think I just ran out of space at the time and just, you know, shoved, you know, certain books in here. Which, you know, probably just do that again, just because I don't really feel like putting them away. Daredevil, number 236. Miscellaneous X-Men book, which I don't know what the key significance on this is. I just think it's kind of a cool cover. The Amalgam Universe, bracelets and bullets. Or bullets and bracelets. Inhumans number 1. Mostly picked this up because I heard this is one of the only good Inhuman books. Ultimatum number 5. This is a variant edition, and it is kind of bent right in the middle. I read that one pretty decent. Ghost Rider 7. This one, I think, is still a pretty cool thing. This is like the free comic book day, or not free comic book day, basically the free book they give out when they're, announcing new books. This is for Ultimate Spider-Man, which, that was cool. Nightcrawler number 1. First appearance of Danger Room, the character, not the room. Haven't read this one either. Pretty cool looking book. Night Terrors. Night Terrors was just kind of a meh thing. That's something I'll probably, get rid of. Uncanny Avengers. Marvel Voices. Don't really care for that too much. I'll just pull out what's left. Batman Cacophony. Oh, but I just know this was done by Kevin Smith. So if I ever get the chance to meet Kevin Smith, I'll have him sign that. Annihilation, which this is the death of Thanos by Drax the Destroyer. Haven't read this series, but, decent book. This one, though, this is pretty cool. This is the first appearance of Scream. This was in a miscellaneous comic pack that I bought off of eBay, which those eBay mystery lots slapped so hard, man. Beautiful looking, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man cover. This is part of the One More Day storyline. So, it's a garbage story, but I mean, gorgeous cover, man. Winter Soldier book, which, nothing super crazy. This one was also part of that mystery lot. This is like a $50 book. And this is a variant cover to X-Men Deadly Genesis done by, I'm blanking out his name, Joe Quesada, I want to say. I think this was done by Mr. Quesadilla himself. Superman number 19, the first blue electric Superman. Really cool. Anything happening? Nothing crazy going on. Avengers book, really big Avengers fan, so I pick up any Avengers book I get. This one, which I don't know why it said 28 on it, and then this one said 29. Like, that's not how much I paid for them, but, I think they were like $1 or $2 each, something like that. This one's The Death of Alfred. Gorgeous looking cover, too. Really do like that. And I'll probably do one more book after this. And I also do have some miscellaneous, Green Lantern books. I think this is the first time Guy Gardner becomes a Red Lantern. One of my favorite covers. If I ever get to, meet Nathan Fillion, I might have him try to sign this, because gorgeous book. One of my favorite covers, again, 43 of Blackest Night, or Green Lantern. I mean, miscellaneous Amazing Spider-Man book from the Otley run. And I know this is the second time I've shown this book, but issue number 52 of Doug Mahnke Greatness, Jeff Johns Greatness as well. Still have not read this series, would like to at some point though. Punisher Warzone number 1, Punisher fan 2. Like, his is the only big book that I would really, really like at the moment. Rebirth Suicide Squad number 7. I really enjoyed the first 6 issues, so spot number 7. Miscellaneous book, issue number 32 of the Fantastic Four. And then one of my favorite series of all time, Red Hood and the Outlaws. This is number 0. I do have the first, 8 issues, I want to say, of that series. So, pretty cool. And I was going to put this with my Old Man Logan stuff, but not really a lot of room in that box at the moment, so I'll just kind of move that forward. And as mentioned, I'm just trying to kind of clean out everything because, you don't really need every single one of these books because, trying to, make room for new stuff, try to get rid of old stuff that I don't really care about, like this and this, like just miscellaneous books I don't care about remotely at all. And I'm still debating on whether I want to, sell them myself or just give them to my comic shop that I work at. And I'll just go through one more box with you guys. And for the last box I'm going to go through is a Daredevil box. So, I genuinely don't know what's in this, but it's a little dusty, so it's probably something... Oh, Dracula, number 2. I think this is kind of more miscellaneous stuff that I never had the chance... Yeah, this is a little more hodgepodge. Deadpool number 8. Bloodhunters number 4. That's that one. Miles Morales 19, number 20, 21, and then I stopped like right around here because I actually did find issue number 22. And read that. Spider-Boy number 6, 7. Edge of Spider-Verse number 4. Carnage number 7, number 8. Love this Carnage cover too, by the way. Bloodhunters 2. Deadweights number 3. Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider number 1. Mostly picked this up because I really like the cover. And then genuinely one of the greatest stories to come out in recent times. Avengers Twilight. This is issue number 6. Ghost Rider Final Vengeance. Pooh and Bambi. Funny story. Union Jack. Only picked this up just because I don't really know much about Union Jack. Dracula number 1. Ooh, the What If Venom story. This is a good series. Like, it's all miscellaneous stuff, but still a good series. Blood Hunt Spider-Man number 1. Deadweights number 2. Blood Hunters number 1. I vaguely remember that. Issue number 18 of the Miles Morales story. Pooh and Bambi. Ghost Rider, What If, Avengers Twilight. This is a new person to play Hawkeye. I don't remember her name. Miscellaneous Thor book, which this kind of went along with the Thor series before it became the Immortal? No, this was during the Immortal Thor series, I believe. I might be wrong. The Thing number 1, miscellaneous book. And then the Thing miniseries number 1 through 6? Yeah, 6. Weird that it was only 6 issues. And then Spectacular Spider-Man number 1. This was a good series. I don't know why I stopped it. Spider-Boy number 5. Symbiote Spider-Man. Thunderbolts. This is number 4. 1, 2, and 3. That's the entirety of that. Issue 32 of Venom. This was basically when Carnage was going through the universe, doing whatever the fuck he does. Green Goblin. Spider-Punk. Venom 31. And this was just basically stuff I was reading at the time and then didn't have time to organize it, so I just put it in a box of when I would read it. Thanos number 2 or 4. What If Venom number 2. Wolverine gets it. So cool. Issue number 1, which this kind of gives you kind of like a cameo of who gets it, because there's Wolverine, Doctor Strange, She-Hulk, Moon Knight, and Loki. Spider-Punk, Arms Race. Sentry number 4. Spider-Punk number 1, and then Battle World. This kind of basically is like a little like side thing going on with it. First appearance of one of the greatest characters of all time, 8-Ball. Such a stupid character, and I love him so much. Spider-Boy, issue number 1. Really good story too, if you guys haven't read it. There's a variant negative space cover. And then there's 2, 3, 4. Spider-Man number 8 variant cover. I want to say this was for Miles Morales. Superior Spider-Man Returns. Not the worst series, but, wasn't a huge fan of it. Dan Slott, good writer. I just didn't personally enjoy that. Thanos number 1. Oh, this is basically kind of Thanos trying to talk Death into becoming Death again. Really fun 4-issue series. I think this one was another one of my uncle's. I just really liked the cover. Might be wrong about that. Thor number 21, Donny Cates run. And then the Invincible Iron Man 1 through however many issues it was. I think it was like 20. And I want to say this one is the first appearance of his Mysterium armor, which just got announced. This one was a minor key. I think this one was like cameo to this one. And then such a cool armor, man. Really happy we're getting that in Marvel Legends form. Now, I haven't ordered it or anything, but, you know, still a cool one. X-Force number 1, I bought this because I was kind of like, oh, I don't really know anything too much about X-Force. And I was kind of like, this looks like a very interesting team. Venomverse Reborn number 2, What If Wolverine led Alpha Flight. And then I think the rest of these were, just variant Wolverine covers because it was like the 50th year of Wolverine. So there's the Spider-Boy cover, the Incredible Hulk number 8, Avengers Inc. Very weird story with that one too. Superior Spider-Man number 3, Spider-Woman number 3. And I only picked these up specifically because they were Wolverine books. This one, I still not a huge fan of. Doesn't make sense to me. Issue number 3 of Wolverine. The Immortal Thor, number 6. Kind of homaging that very iconic one. This one was a Daredevil book, I remember. Issue number... Gosh. I don't remember what issue of Daredevil this was. Let me check real quick. Daredevil number 5. And that was from the previous Daredevil series, which really do like this cover too. Has so many different versions of Wolverine on the cover. X-Men number 30. 42 of the Amazing Spider-Man. Really, really cool. Wolverine homaging the first appearance of Fantastic Four. Black Panther number 8. Like, I haven't read 90% of these, so I don't know what happens in them. Miles Morales 15. I know I've read this series. Got it. And I just couldn't say no to this one, man. This one is such a cool one. And, you know, the issue 41 of Wolverine I showed in this box, with, like, him homaging, what's it called? Like, this is the first, you know, this is homaging the first Vision, but Carnage USA, that's what I was trying to think of. Blade number 7. Don't know why they put this one on a Blade book. Sensational She-Hulk number 4. Never read this, only bought it for the cover, but, you know, gotta get it. This one I really like because I actually do own this book too. This is basically an homage to Ghost Rider number 1 from the 90s. Super cool. Captain America 5. Spider-Man Miguel O'Hara 2099, number 1. And then Venom 29. Very cool cover. But yeah, that was basically everything in these first 6 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So I'm basically already getting rid of a whole box of comics at the moment, along with a completely separate box that I have off camera. But yeah, I just want to say thank you to everyone who did stop by for the live stream. I know this is probably kind of a weird angle slash, you know, thing to do, but, you know, it's something I kind of want to keep accountability of, just because, you know, I've been meaning to do this for a while, and I'll be having some more time starting Wednesday, because we're going to be going on Thanksgiving break at my elementary school where I work. So going to be having, at least 5 days off. So that means I'll have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to at least kind of go through this a little more. So yeah. Oh shoot. Just spilt it. Damn it. No napkins or anything. But yeah. Really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Uh, I'm gonna go clean up this spill of Mountain Dew. So yeah, thank you guys again for watching. And to the one person who has been watching this whole time, you're awesome. You're a gangster. I appreciate you. And yeah, I will catch you guys later. Peace. Oops. That's not the right button. It's been a while since I've done this. It's right there in the corner.